C for our passenger. You probably are aware of something I did there. We have taken that and altered it in about 24 hours time, so some of you will get some of this, some not. We'll explain it later. It is post time for the 48th running of the Deltasig Grand Chapter Derby of Brotherhood. This is a mile-long Grade 3 stakes race for older, wiser horses, some on their last legs. The winner takes home the treasured rose of Deltasig. Past Triple Crown winners include Jacobs, Mackey, Moisillo, and Tinkin. As we come to the post, let's run the field, starting with horse number 1, Smilin' Smokey, ridden by Mitch Simmons. Mitch, a previous 2-race winner. Mitch's horse skipping along happily today and said something to the effect, chortling along, "It's good to be past Grand President." Number 2 horse this afternoon, Stormin' Norman with lovable Norman Kronberg aboard. And very oddly, Norm directing other horses to come see me with their horse numbers, looking for horses that have scratched and not shown up. Our third entry this afternoon, Big Smooth, ridden by Easy, and Dry, talking Bill Schilling. Number 4 horse of the day, Set Down and Be Quiet with Chancellor Randy Haltz in the saddle. This horse has an equipment change with the addition of blinkers on the jockey. Previous jockey Todd Merrill had that same issue, ironically. Our first filly entry of the race today, horse number 5, Hot Legs and Sweet Lips with rider Kathy Jenke. Very odd colors for the jockey, glitter boots, and the horse is decorated in sequins and sparkling horseshoes. Our number 6 horse, this is a scratch, Tall Tales with Bill Tatum aboard. He's pulled out a box of cigars with other jockeys, and it looks as though some bourbon in the paddock, and they're telling lies and big stories from chapters past. Number 7 horse, Legal Transgressions with Eddie Stevens aboard.
Oh, wow.
You might want to watch out. Any bumping of that horse will result in legal disqualifications. Number 8, the horse named Timely Appearance with Dale Clark. That horse arriving a good hour before the rest of the field. Our number 9 horse, Easy Money with Joe Ward riding that entry. Number 10, Chia Pet, Mark Ciccari in the irons. We're still waiting on that horse to make it to the track, as it's still giving a speech in the paddock area. The number 11 horse, Waffle House, and Paul Brody getting the ride. Black silks on that horse, and oh my, they're serving scrambled hash browns from the griddle as they come down to the track this afternoon. Our number 12 horse, Coke Is It, Greg Koch riding with trainer Katie Koch advising, and Greg never missing an opportunity selling tickets to the crowd as he makes his way out to the track. Our 13 horse today, Big Little Guy with Paul Carpinella aboard. This is the smallest entry in the field. Our number 14 horse today, the Playa with Los Ellis in the saddle. And that horse very uneasy in the post parade as the jockey having a hard time accepting that people had their hands in their pockets, as well as there's nothing but Pepsi being thrown on this horse as he makes his way. Number 15, the Silver Fox with David Ross getting the mount. A couple of distinguishing features to this horse. Its tail is very long, almost to the ground. Also, this horse has a color change. Formerly gray, is now black. Thanks to its new sponsor, Just for Men. Our 16 horse today, Thriller with the tandem jockey combo, Burton Bridges and Jenny Turbrock. This horse dressed very oddly, red and black leather, and doing a very odd moonwalk type stroll to the gate. Every so often the horse does stop and throws its legs in the air and says, "Woo!" And number 17, obsessive compulsive organizer and Lisa Brown on board. That jockey with a calendar and a to-do list in the saddle, making plans for a race rather. That horse also directing other horses to their numbers. Our number 18 horse, G.I. Jane, with Amy Briggs getting the mount. Tough to see that horse as it's camouflaged. And due to some early scratches, an added special entry today, Silky Smooth with Anuka eBay. That horse coming in, or that jockey I should say, coming in a bit overweight. Considerable time at the prime rib buffet. I understand that horse being turned out to stud after this race today. As the horses make their way to the gates, we're just about ready to go, and they're off in the 48th Deltasig Grand Chapter Derby. Looks like a clean break for all the horses, as Timely Appearance with Dale Clark jumps to the front to set the early pace, followed by Legal Transgressions and Stormin' Norman. Far back in the pack is Set Down and Be Quiet with Randy Holtz. Apparently that horse has scratched, as the jockey is having trouble seeing the track. Also, the 17 horse, Lisa Brown, that horse is broken down now right out of the gate. Apparently that horse was overwhelmed by the massive disorganization that occurred when the race began, and all horses were scrambled in a mess. She's left on the track saying, "It was all perfect, 1 through 19, what happened?" As they reach the first turn, it's an extremely slow pace. This Deltasig Deltasig race may never get over. As they enter turn 2, headed for the backstretch, Joe Ward is bunching up the field by causing chaos as he throws money at the other horses, laughing hysterically. Jockeys immediately are jumping off their horses, grabbing the cash as Ward screams, "So long, suckers!" As they reach the half mile, some of the horses are distracted by the bright glare of jockey Kathy Janke's boots. David Ross and the Silver Fox has tangled his tail and tripped from the distraction. As well, Mitch Simmons on Smilin' Smokey is fading badly. His trainer, Velvet Simmons, imploring him to hurry up and be on time at the finish line. They come out of turn 4 and headed for home. Oh, and Simmons, in a fit of road rage, or race rage it seems, and other horses, he's still trotting along, smoking a cigar at this point, saying, "It's still good to be past Grand President." They head for turn 4, and down the stretch they come. One horse goes wildly to the right, directly off the track. That appears to be, yes, the 3-horse Big Smooth with Bill Schilling aboard. It looks as though both he and the horse are stopping for a drink of water. Yes, water good, but not in this case, however. Interestingly enough, that horse is bent over to get his drink. Other jockeys and horses are trying to contain their laughter and staring with wide eyes. It's not a pretty sight. With an 1/8 of a mile to go, it's a 2-horse race with Chia Pet and the Playa neck and neck. As they come to the wire, it's Chia Pet by a nose, just edging out the Playa, who spotted Coca-Cola and headed off the track. Eddie Stevens gets the show horse in 3rd with Legal Transgressions, and Paul Carpinella comes in 4th, just a stride short. It also appears Smilin' Smokey is pulled up on the backstretch. Word from the track is his time is up and will be sold for glue. Oh, and one last thing as we check the track, apparently Stormin' Norman is being consoled on the track, very emotional after witnessing the glory of the race. And oh, Brother Kronberg is run completely over by a loose sewer scooter on the track. Well, we didn't see that one coming. Well, congratulations to Chia Pet and Mark Chichara. They're crowned the 48th winner, or the winner of the 48th running of the Deltasig Grand Chapter Derby. My name is Gus Allen. I want to thank you for attending Grand Chapter in Louisville, Kentucky from the Louisville Alumni Chapter. I hope you had a great time in Derby City, and we look forward to seeing you in Seattle in 2011, and may all your bets be winning ones.